On one hand, titles are good, like jump off points for me, So I like a good title. I don't always start with the title. Sometimes it takes me a minute to find it. Like, I think I titled Niggy Tardust maybe halfway through the process. I decided that was the name of the album. And I took my time because I was kind of frightened by the idea of like whether that was cool or not. And with Martyr Loser King, I had that title or play on words for a year or so before I connected it to this project. And it came about from, quite simply, from hearing a French-speaking person mispronounce the name of Martin Luther King and as Martyr Loser King. And I just reflected on it and thought it was interesting, and then thought it was more interesting in relation to this character that was creating and the idea of it as a screen name. I think I'd also seen some footage. I saw a photo around that time that was of a store in the Congo, and the name of the store was Nigger. Yeah, because it happens not just in Africa, but all over. You'll see, just like here, if you want to make something chic, you might put it in French. Right? And in France, if you want to make something seem cool, you'll put it, in English. Like there's a restaurant in LA, for example, called La Poubelle. People, I'm gonna go to La Poubelle. La Poubelle in French means garbage, trash. So when French people are in LA and they're like, there's a restaurant called La Poubelle, what the hell? But I noticed it even when I was, in many places traveling, like people will take English words and throw them, as titles or what have you, just to have a more global sense. In this sense, I think they knew what they were doing, but they're in Africa. So they were totally just like, yo, let's name this store. It was like a hip-hop clothing store, and it just had block letters, on the awning over it that just said Nigger. Nigger. As if it would be cool if it was named Nigga. But for me, I thought, and I know that naming is interesting. Like in the region where the story takes place, in the Great Lakes region, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Tanzania, you have a lot of kids who are essentially like either survivors or were orphaned by the genocide that happened in '94. And I've met quite a few kids from that region named Innocent, which is an interesting name to see come up after a genocide where half the country murdered the other half of the country, and then you have all these new kids named Innocent. I was in Swaziland once, and the guy that picked us up from the airport came and met us, me and my band, and he was like, hello, I'm your guide, my name is Psychology. And and straight up, his mom had like encountered the word and the idea behind it and was like, I like that, Psychology. And she named her kid Psychology. So for Martin Luther King, I guess I gave myself some sort of poetic license to say, yeah, this is the name of this character.